Hey everyone, Eric here. Power's been out all day, so I'm getting caught up right now. The main thing that I wanted to share today is just a couple updates on the small stacks portfolio. There were a few adjustments made in there, so let's jump over to the screen and take a look. So, first off, in XLF, I had the 2 October 24 puts. I collected 50 cents. I closed those out today for 26 cents, which came in at a realized profit 24 bucks. And realistically, that one was a little over 50% left on the table, but I wanted that money. So that's why I took it down just a little bit earlier than I typically would. So that is the main adjustment for the short puts. Now, for the diagonals, there was a couple additional adjustments made. In Pfizer, I'm looking at probably just letting that one go. Right now, if we take a look, this was XLF, so I just kind of took it down on that slight up day. But if we run over to Pfizer, so I'm short the 36s in my small stacks portfolio. I have the 36s and 36 and a halves in my margin account. Right now, Pfizer's doing exactly what we want. We want it to go up. So it went up today just on the news that they're talking about maybe having the vaccine ready by the end of the year. I think that's a pretty big move for that, but whatever. The fact of the matter is, right now, it's doing exactly what I want it to do. I am not going to try to manipulate this trade in the small stacks portfolio to try to make more money on it or to save the long. I think a lot of people in a covered call situation go down the wrong path because the best case, this is just like a covered call. That's why I use that analogy. More people are familiar with that than the diagonals. But in the scenario of a covered call, a lot of people see their short strike fall in the money and they're like, oh, well, crap, now I have to adjust this so I don't lose the stock, or I don't want to lose the stock. I need to figure this out. And realistically, you shouldn't trade these unless you're willing to flatten the position. So for me, best things happen right now. I'm going to continue to let it go. If I see it rise higher, then great. I might take down the trade a little bit early, but otherwise there's very little incentive until I see the short calls have very, very little extrinsic value. So I'll keep an eye on the extrinsic value of those 36 puts, and that'll tell me when I want to take it down, if I take it down for a full profit. Right now it's sitting at about 2/3 max profit if it sits right here. Remember, I have it set up in such a way that there is no max profit. If it continues up, I'll continue making more money. So we'll let this go for now. But if I see, again, if I see an opportunity to take it down early, I will. Then the next one is Kroger. Now, this one's a little bit of the opposite. This one's hurting a bit after earnings. So what I did today is I took in my short call and then I scaled in with my leaps. I added, well, not a leap technically, my long call. I added another long call, which in turn reduced my basis. So now I have two of the 29 calls out in 16 April 21 for a total cost of $6.79. So they're trading at a 72 delta, which is pretty low. That's lower than I like to see, but we're working through the down move. I also chose to take down the short calls I had. I was short the 36 and a half calls out in 25 September, and I got $1.16 for those. I closed them out for 3 cents. No reason to leave those on. What you'll notice, though, is I did not add another short call. The reason being is I want to wait at least a little while to see if price is going to normalize. I can still make some money on the short call. Instead of it being a dollar something, it's close to 40, 50 bucks. So it's not a lot, but again, in light of the overall portfolio, that's not awful. And realistically, though, I want to see if this move here is kind of a temporary drop or if it's going to gain a foothold. My instinct is that it'll gain a foothold at some point. Earnings itself definitely came in a bit, but they're still doing well. They beat earnings expectations. So I'm not really that worried about it. Anyways, that is what's going on in Kroger. Now, for a very quick overview of the entire portfolio, right now we're utilizing about 3,060 bucks. So that takes us a little over 60% utilization. Realized P&L is $179, which is a 3.6% return on the account. And if you'll remember, I started this account on the 1st of September. So overall performance is looking good. I have an additional $215 in credit out right now, and that'll add about 4.3% to the account. Right now, I haven't bothered adding the P&L to my capital to increase the capital. I'll probably do that on a monthly basis or so, just because it's not worth the effort of continually updating that every time it goes up and down. If it goes down enough, obviously I'll have to adjust it. But if it's going up, it's really not a big deal. So right now, like I said, I have about 2K open. And what I'm going to look to do is see if any short puts look appealing to me. So I'll take a look tomorrow, see if there's anything that I want to reestablish in place of XLF that would have me in about two short put positions for the covered strangle and then two leap positions, which I like that setup in general. So we'll see how that all flushes out, kind of to be determined just yet. I'll take a look tomorrow. I'm absolutely not opposed to sitting where I'm at right now because it is the account is still making what I need it to make. So I'm not really worried about it. I Zynga has been kind of tinkering with my short, so this is one I'm keeping an eye on. Right now, I'm short the 8.5s, and it's chilling at about 840. So I'm going to continue waiting in here. Whether I need to adjust or not, I want to take as much time value out of the options before I choose to adjust. And while it continues kind of trending sideways at this level, I'll pretty much wait. Now, a few notes, the 9-day is dropping below the 50, which isn't great, and I am going to watch like a hawk how it treats this 200-day moving average. But until I see, kind of big changes in those, I don't have any major adjustments to make in here. So that is what's up and happening in the small stacks portfolio. If anybody has any questions, as always, let me know, and I'll catch everybody later.